Welcome back. So far, we've shown you the cost of the monsoon in dollars. However, we can't ignore the cost in lives. Every year, raging water endangers lives, and last year, a local man was swept away.
That's why firefighters get special training to pull people out of floodwaters before it's too late.
Rescuers have still had no luck finding another man who was swept away by those strong currents.
Saturday night, 28-year-old Roy Harris was last seen getting out of his stalled car in the Bronx Wash.
It's just weird because it was something we were all very, very familiar with.
Police have searched several miles down the Santa Cruz River from here where Roy Harris was last seen near 15th Avenue in Mabel to Camino del Cerro and beyond. Harris could be even farther downriver.
We're talking anywhere between point of entry to 15, 20, maybe even 30 miles up the river, and we have no way of predicting or knowing where Roy is.
Weather has challenged Tucson police ever since they began searching for Harris after he disappeared Saturday night.
If they see something clothing-wise, shoes of that nature that might be a human body in the silt on the banks, on the side of the bank, they're going to call the police.
It's home. Happened to one of my sisters once, and couldn't find her like for 3 or 4 days. She was all missing.
We're just hoping we find him. We do realize that it's pretty much a recovery situation, but we're just hoping we find him, bring closer to my family. Gotta watch what you're doing, and you know, even if the water's a half foot deep, it can still take you.
With lives at risk, it's easy to see why firefighters spend so much time and money preparing for the worst.
Good job, get a hold of them, take control. We're all working together as a team and working really hard and learning a lot of new things. So it's going to help us out in the field. That's the only way you really learn.
If we want to get a line over to the other side, over to the other bank, there's no real good way to do it other than shooting it across.
As they go through a checklist of 5 things they might have to do: reach, throw, row, go, and finally, helo.
Remember to make contact with your victim, Eric. When he comes by, tell him what you're going to do.
I'll be getting in the Gila River, floating downstream just like a victim would be in a wash. The firefighters are going to come in and rescue me like they normally would.
Coming out to get you! Do not fight me!
You know, despite the warnings, people sometimes still think that they can go around barricades like this one and be safe. Well, they're not. And the stupid motorist law is supposed to make them pay when they have to be rescued, but hardly anybody ever does. Here's KOLD News 13's political specialist Bud Foster to explain why.
Driving around this barricade when there's water in that wash can cost more than $2,000, and that's free money to the government. So the question is, why aren't they enforcing it more?
To this point, we have not received any collections from stupid motorist law billing.
Not a single dime collected, even though Northwest Fire has participated in dozens of rescues since the law was passed by the state legislature 14 years ago. It has even prepared a spreadsheet showing it costs $7,500 for a 2-hour rescue operation.
But it's not about the money. It's not about the charge that we can submit to try to recover our costs. It's about trying to keep people safe, trying to keep people out of washes and away from running water.
And law enforcement officials say it's working, that there are far fewer rescues today than there were when the law was passed. That, even without enforcing the heavy penalties.
The biggest thing with a law, a statute, is something that serves as a deterrent to the community. As I said, I think it's successful in that. I think just about everybody in southern Arizona that's familiar with monsoons knows what the stupid motorist law is.
In these tough economic times when local governments are counting pennies, there's no guarantee that this year won't be the year they really start enforcing the stupid motorist law. Along the Rito, I'm Bud Foster, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.
Next, creepy, crawly, and expensive. The bugs that can eat your home and wallet. Saving water and saving money. Capturing monsoon rain to help your yard. And shooting the storms. Monsoon pictures that pay. You may have never heard of a gustnado, and certainly if you're a Midwest transplant and this is your first monsoon here in the Southwest, this may be something brand new to you, so let's go over it. A gustnado is almost like a tornado, except for it's not connected to the storm itself. What happens is a gust of wind coming out of a thunderstorm will rush forward. As it rushes forward, it creates a spinning spiral area that's on the end of that gust front. Now we need to flip it up on its side. So another gust of wind comes in, flips it on its side, and you get that spiral that resembles a dust devil, a gustnado, or a tornado. This one is a gustnado, though, because it's forming on the outflow boundary, and it's not connected to the storm itself.